and welcome to the Creative Pixie. My name is Jean and I'm coming to you today from Belfast in Northern Ireland. If you like crochet, knitting, sewing, all kinds of crazy, all kinds of crafty stuff, then this channel is for you. If you are a new viewer, thank you so much for taking the opportunity to watch one of my episodes, and if possible please like and also please subscribe, because that will enable you to keep up to date with my latest videos. So the last video I showed you a blanket that I was working on, the Sweet Dreams blanket, and I have actually finished that now, so I can show you it finished. So ta-da! Here is the finished blanket. Applause all round. There you go. That is the finished blanket. There are 1, 2, 3. So there are three sets of colour repeats. So 1, 2 and 3, and that lets you know how big it is, and that's how wide it is. So this was a lovely blanket. It has washed up really nicely. I put these blankets into the wool cycle in my washing machine, because who on earth has time to hand wash their stuff? So I put those in the wool wash and then put them into the tumble dryer whenever I was finished. It really softens up the acrylic fibres, I find. So that is the finished blanket. It is crocheted with emu yarns. I bought a kit from the Knitting Network, and they provided all the yarns and a printed pattern as well to work from. So that is my Sweet Dreams blanket. My second finished object is another crocheted blanket. This one is a corner to corner blanket that I started, I believe, last August, and then I put it away for a while and totally forgot about it until last month, where I picked it up and finished it off. So this is the blanket here. I'll insert some photos. So this was made using Stylecraft Batik swirl cakes. So I bought 2 cakes with the aim of working from one corner until the cake kind of ran out, and then so I assumed then by starting the second cake, the cake would last me for the decreases until that ran out. But that was not the case. I ran out of the second cake around about there, and what I had to do was, I wasn't going to buy another swirl cake, so I went online and bought a little single ball of batik yarn in this indigo colour. So the colour is slightly different from the indigo that was in the swirl cake. So what I ended up doing was just ripping out just the kind of 2 rows that I had done at the end of the cake, just ripped that back to there, and then inserted the new ball of batik just to finish it off. So that's it there. So it's 2 cakes and a bit. I should probably have weighed this to give a better idea of how much yarn it took, but it was that much. So this was the first time that I had used the corner to corner crochet method, and I really like it. It provides a lovely kind of fabric, a good weight of blanket. My only reservation is that it uses quite a lot of yarn for the size of blanket that you get. So I've learned it's a bit of a yarn eater, but it's a lovely fabric, lovely drape. This is a DK kind of weight, and yeah, I would definitely use the corner to corner crochet method again. I think there's some very talented designers out there that have created, they're called Grafgan crochet patterns, and in which case they use each kind of set of crochet trebles as like a little square on a grid, and you can make all sorts of kind of graphic blankets using this kind of grid method. So that is something I'd like to entertain in future. Perhaps maybe not on a blanket scale for my first foray into it, but perhaps maybe like a little cushion cover or something nice and small, just to see what it's like, because I did really enjoy it. So that is, I've got no name for it, but that is Moonshine. I've got no name for it, but that is my corner to corner crochet baby blanket. So so that now brings my total of baby blankets crocheted up to 3 for the 3 babies that are arriving this summer. So so we'll see who gets what whenever the babies are born. That's that. So those are my finished objects. I have a couple of works in progress to share with you now. So I've got a couple of works in progress to share with you now. So staying with the crochet theme, I have 2 blankets that I have started crocheting. So the first blanket is the Island Time blanket, and that was designed by Nauticral. I'm sorry if I haven't pronounced that correctly. And this is a crochet designer who makes the most gorgeous crocheted granny square blankets. And so this blanket, it involves creating lots of kind of granny rounds, then making them into squares, and then crocheting all the squares together to make a blanket. So this here is one of them. I haven't blocked this, so it's kind of curling and on the outer layer. So I think the pattern calls for 5 rounds before it's a square. So I have done just 4 because I want the 5th round, or the 5th border, to be the same colour as the background of the blanket. So I'm going to get all my rounds crocheted first, and then do the background and crochet them together at the end. So that is what the rounds look like. I've made quite a few now. I think I've got about 26 of these, and these are crocheted using DK scraps from my stash, and there's no particular colour patterning coordination going on here. I'm literally just picking out the next colour out of the bag of yarn that I have. So there's a few of them, some really zingy ones. So the just all kind of random colours, and the only thing they have in common is that they're all DK weight yarn. The brands I've used are Stylecraft yarns, Emu yarns, and Escape Youth Colour Crafter. Yes, I think that's it. So so there you go. As you can see, I've still got many ends to crochet in, or to sew in, they're just lovely. So I've got 26 of them on the go so far. This will be, I think it'll be a long-term project, but I'm really enjoying sitting down of an evening and crocheting lots of these rounds. My second work in progress is an African flowers blanket, and the pattern is by Bella Coco, and the same principle as the Island Time blanket. I'm just kind of using up scraps that I have left, although the difference with this blanket is that the scraps that I'm using are the leftover yarns from my 2021 temperature blanket. So that is one of them. This is the first time that I've crocheted African flowers, so it's actually a really effective stitch pattern there, and really clever way of getting the kind of petals on the flower. There's some more. So again, I'm kind of just using a random method of creating the flowers. The only thing is that every flower will have this kind of golden yellow center, and it will have what I term, if it has a warm colour as the flower, then the outer round will have a cool colour, and then vice versa. If it has a cool colour of flower petals, then it will have a warm outer round. So that's those. So I've created 13 of these so far, and they're working up really nicely. I'm not too sure how many I'm going to make. The Island Time blanket, the plan is to make about 99, so I have a 9 by 11 square blanket. These ones here, with the African flowers blanket, I'm not too sure how many flowers I'm going to be able to make from my scraps, but I'll give it a good go. I'll try and get a good number so it's a good size blanket. But that is all my flowers so far. So really pleased with those. So those are my works in progress, and now I have been adding a few skeins of yarn to my stash. First one, this was actually my Easter egg. So as I'm dairy free for the first time this year, I didn't get an Easter egg. Instead, I chose a skein of yarn. So this is my Easter egg. This is it here. This is 100 grams of sock yarn, 75/25, and it is Yarny Love, and the colour is Wild Iris. It's got some beautiful tones, shades of purple in there, along with the little green speckles and pops of magenta. So I thought this would be a perfect kind of yarny Easter egg for myself. So this was my first time purchasing from Yarny Love, and it's a beautifully dyed skein of yarn, so I definitely buy from them again. And that was my Easter egg. I also saw some mini skeins on sale from different yarn dyers. So this first one, I got a trio. And these were from my Yarny place. Look how beautiful those are. Aren't they gorgeous? So this purple one is Twilights. The aqua one is called Rainbow Drops. It's lovely kind of turquoisey aqua. Got purples and pinks in that. And then the final one is Wildflowers. So it's a kind of muted version, and it's got lots of lovely shades of yellow and green in that one as well. So my final two mini skeins are from Blossom and Bailey, and she sent me these two with a gorgeous little rainbow bauble stitch marker or progress keeper. So these are the two mini skeins she sent me. Again, another purpley blue one this time, and then a lovely rainbow coloured one, which is really beautiful. So that's what I've bought recently. I think it's very nice adding to your mini stash. So I've got a big glass jar next to my knitting area, and that's where I keep all my mini skeins. So the plan for those is to either use them as toes and heels and cuffs in sock knitting, or like in another kind of scrappy blanket, like maybe like a Battenberg blanket, or something like that. But I just thought, whenever you see lovely hand-dyed mini skeins, you know, when you see one you like, you just need to buy it, because you're never going to see them again, probably. So that's my thoughts on it anyway. Life events. So as you can see, I've had my hair cut, and over 12 inches was cut off, and I donated that to the Little Princess Trust, which is a charity who makes wigs for children who might have suffered hair loss for one reason or another. So my hair went, and I got a little certificate to show that they had received it and to thank me for it. It's very liberating not having the weight of the 12 inches of hair down my back, and coming into the summer months as well, it'll be a lot cooler. So still trying to get used to having it. It's a bit wild and crazy today, but this is how it is. Sometimes I would use straighteners on it, but I don't really want to use straighteners too much, because that will damage the hair that I have. So my husband's outdoor pizza oven has been a great success. My youngest daughter has been making pizzas, and we've been cooking on that, and they have been very nice. We've really enjoyed those. So thanks to those who gave me recipe suggestions and advice on how to use the pizza oven. Coming into the summer, we'll be having lots more pizzas and barbecues. So I think that's it from me for this episode. Sorry, I seem to have rushed through it quite quickly, but I just wanted to get it filmed and get it uploaded this weekend, because it's been a little while since I shared a video. But I wish you all the best. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.